All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's up, guys? Rio here, going to be breaking down this 6-game injury-riddled slate in the NBA tonight. As always, hit the like and subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. We have a lot of exciting things going on over here at SHIPIT Nation with the merger with 4 Deep happening, which I'm very excited about. Cool to bring Tommy G and his guys over here. Got MLB every day. Got NBA still going on. A couple more games till the season's over. Then we got playoffs right after that, which will be a lot of fun. And we got the Masters going on tomorrow. We got Hoop and Tambo covering you guys with that stuff. And then UFC 300 on Saturday, which is going to be a great card. Obviously, Title and Marley, 2 of the best in the business, breaking down UFC. So I will definitely be tuning into their show on Friday. But, yeah, we'll have you covered with everything you need. Let's get right into it, though, with the NBA slate. This is my second time recording this since StreamYard went down. So a lot of the stuff, well, you guys haven't heard it, but it'll be repetitive for me. First game of the slate, though, Memphis versus Cleveland. Very quick and easy game to break down for me. We already know that Memphis is going to be very shorthanded tonight. Not even going to list off all the injuries, but the main ones that even matter for this slate: Luke Kennard got ruled out, Brandon Clark ruled out, Santi Aldama, John Conchar, and then we're still waiting on Lamar Stevens and Jake LaRavia. If those two were to miss, I think that they need to suit up because they only have 8 bodies right now. You need to have 8 to play an NBA game, so I think those guys are pretty much a lock to suit up tonight. Not necessarily going to play, but they'll be in uniform most likely. Guys I'm looking to on the Memphis side of things, Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jordan Goodwin. Goodwin, my favorite overall play on that team. Just I like the double-double upside that he brings at 5.5K. And then I like Trey Jameson and Jake LaRavia if he does play. Yeah, I think that you can probably get this, Scottie Pippen Jr., probably get to Gigi Jackson, but I don't think that I'll be going there. Cleveland side of things, not really looking to get to many of these guys. I think that I'm just looking at the bigs. So Jared Allen, Evan Mobley are the 2 guys I'm mainly looking at. I don't think that we need to go to Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland on this type of slate. So just Allen and Mobley for me on the Cleveland side of things. Next game, Charlotte versus Atlanta. Looks like Trae Young could be making his return to the lineup tonight. DeJounte did get downgraded to questionable while Trae got upgraded to questionable. If Trae does play, I think he's going to come in very low owned. I'm actually kind of into him just because I think that we'd probably still get 32 to 34 minutes out of him tonight, going to get him ramped up for the playoffs. It was a finger injury, so not something that you need like a big ramp up period, like a hamstring or an ankle injury or anything like that. So I think that there's a chance that he just steps right into his normal workload, and this would be a great matchup for him to do it. No Jalen Johnson as well tonight, so should see DeAndre Hunter remain in the starting lineup and have a pretty big role if he does play, but he is also listed questionable. So if he misses, then probably looking at guys like Vit Krejci, probably looking at Garrison Matthews a little bit. Yes, we'll have to keep an eye on the injury stuff, but yeah, I like Trae Young, I like DeAndre Hunter, and then I really like Clint Capella tonight, 6.5K. Love attacking this Hornets team with opposing bigs, so he is the guy for me tonight on Atlanta. Charlotte side of things, I think that Bridges and Brandon Miller are really strong plays tonight. I prefer Brandon Miller for 800 cheaper and lower owned. I'm probably going to be a max 1 of Bridges and Miller tonight. Max 1, Micic and Trey Mann for me. I prefer Mann. I like the multi-stat upside that Mann brings with the shooting guard eligibility, and then Grant Williams at 5.4K, power forward center eligible. Good matchup for him. 3-point shooter's been beating the Hawks all season long, so I think that Grant is in a pretty good spot here. Next game, Toronto versus Brooklyn. Toronto side of things, they're going to be without RJ Barrett and Kelly Olynyk, as well as Gary Trent Jr., Bruce Brown, Grady Dick, all this are questionable. I think there's a chance multiple of these guys misses. If they do miss, then Jordan Nwora becomes a very strong value play for me. I think that he's got the most upside on this team in the value range. I think that Freeman Liberty would probably get back to the starting lineup and be a pretty solid play, 4.7K. He's been scoring the ball much better lately, been getting talked up by the coach. So he's pretty locked in, I think. And then Malik Williams going to probably get the start for Kelly Olynyk tonight and then split the center minutes with Gaye, Mohamedou Gaye. And then Emmanuel Quickly, 8.6K, playing 36 minutes back-to-back games that he did play. He's been kind of resting every other game, but he's been playing great. 60.75 DK points, 62.25 DK points in those last 2 games. So he's a really good option, 8.6K, I think, even on a team that's going to be pretty uncompetitive. Brooklyn side of things, love the spot for Cam Thomas. This Toronto defense has been terrible all season long. I think that he's a really strong play with huge scoring upside, 7.7K. Prefer him to Mikal Bridges, who I'm just not looking to play anymore. He's just been terrible this season. I think that Nick Claxton is very interesting at 6.6K. Pivot off of Clint Capella. The Raptors' rim defense and offensive rebounding has been really bad since Jakob Poeltl went down, so he looks like a really strong option. Dennis Schroeder, 6.1K, very good mid-tier value play. Like him a ton, should play somewhere in the mid-30s. And then not really looking at any of these secondary guys. I guess like Trent Watford is a guy they want to continue to get a look at, so he'd be in play for me at 4.5K. Next game, Dallas versus Miami. Dallas side of things, don't really have anything listed on the injury report right now, but there's a chance that Luka does get the night off tonight. They've talked about Jason Kidd has talked about giving Luka some rest, and possibly Kyrie Irving too, but Luka seems like the most likely to sit, so we would know what that situation looks like with Luka out. It'd be a lot of Kyrie Irving running the show for them. Tim Hardaway Jr. would have a really large offensive role, and then same for Dante Exum. And then Jaden Hardy would be in the mix as well, but Kyrie would be a very, very good play at 9.2K. But then if Luka does play, then he's easily the top spin on the slate at 12.8K. Should be plenty of value to get up to him as well. Dallas side of things, really like the spot for Jimmy Butler. He's been playing really well lately. Played 39-plus minutes in 4 of his last 5 games with back-to-back 50-plus point DK games. 8.2K, really good price tag for him. He looks to be rounding into Jimmy Butler playoff form, so playoff Jimmy is live in full effect, so I like Jimmy tonight. Bam, very strong cash game play. I don't think I'll get there in GPPs. Tyler Hero coming off 48 minutes against Atlanta in the overtime game. But if Rozier misses, I think that Hero would be a very strong play still at 6.9K. Next game, Spurs versus OKC. Already got Wemby out as well as Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sochan, Devin Vassell, and Chetty Osman. So we're going to see Zach Collins likely step into the starting lineup. Probably going to see this Raekwon Gray get backup center minutes. I don't know too much about him, but he's 3K. So if you expect this game to blow out, then he's probably getting some extended run. But I'm still just looking to play Zach Collins. He's been really good starting for Wemby this season. Sandro Mamukelashvili going to get a lot of minutes as well. 4.5K was really good last night, put up 40 DK points. I think Trey Jones is going to have a really big usage rate with no Wemby, but I do kind of like him playing alongside Wemby a little bit more. I think that he's got more potential assists with Wemby being able to finish around the rim better than most of these other guys can. But he's got triple-double upside with no Wemby off the floor and should have a really, really big usage and ball handling role. Julian Champagnie going to play a lot of minutes, probably the safest from the value perspective in terms of guys that are going to play a lot of minutes. So he's only 4.5K. And then Malachi Branham is questionable. If he misses, expect Devontae Graham and Blake Wesley to pick up those minutes. On the OKC side, SGA, 10.1K, really good play. If he does play, I think that there's a chance that he gets the night off as well. Just this is a game they should be able to win pretty easily, and he did play 50 minutes last night. So, I think at 10.1K, he's still got upside, even if he only sees around 30 to 32 minutes. This is one of the better spots for opposing point guards. The Spurs are bottom 2 in DVP versus point guards this season. Jalen Williams and Chet both in play as well. I probably prefer Chet for the matchup, but I'm not too excited about getting to these guys. I think Aaron Wiggins, now that Lou Dort has been ruled out, is a pretty solid play. Played 36 minutes against Charlotte 2 games ago, put up 48 DraftKings points. Don't know if we're going to see 30-plus minutes out of him tonight because his team is pretty deep. But, I mean, Gordon Hayward is also listed questionable, so if he misses, then probably more solidified minutes for a guy like Aaron Wiggins. Probably Isaiah Joe getting into the mix a little bit more as well. Next game, Orlando versus Milwaukee. Bucks going to be without Giannis for the rest of the regular season. Looks like he avoided a pretty serious injury. And then Chris Middleton going to get the night off here as well. So we should see Damian Lillard have a huge usage bump with those two out. He's been really good in games without Giannis this season. I think he's averaging right around 53 DraftKings points. I don't really worry about this matchup too much. Orlando been kind of bad versus pick and roll guys this season, so Dame looks to have a lot of scoring upside in this one. Bobby Portis is a guy that I just always lock in whenever Giannis is out. Same thing tonight. I'm going to just lock him in. I think you bump up his projection, I'll probably have him in the low 40s just because that's about where he's averaging without Giannis this season. And then Patrick Beverley gonna continue to start tonight. He's okay as a value. I don't love it. I think that there's probably better values, but he's been really solid in the starting lineup. Put up a double-double last game with the rebounds. Put up 36 against Atlanta as well. So I think that he's a pretty strong value, but I probably like some of these other value pieces a little bit better. Orlando side of things, Franz Wagner is listed questionable. I think that Markelle Fultz has already been rolled out, but if Franz misses, then we should expect Paulo to pretty much run the point guard role for this Orlando team, and he'd have a very, very big bump in assist rates, usage rate, all that stuff. Ball handling is going to be there. Don't worry about this matchup too much now that Giannis is out. Won't have to worry about getting into foul trouble or anything like that. So he looks like a very strong mid-tier option, 8.4K. And then really not looking at any of these other guys except for the guards, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony. Love to attack the Bucks with opposing guards this season. So both those guys look to be very strong plays. I think that I'll just side with Jalen Suggs because I know the minutes are going to be there for him. And he's been flashing pretty big upside lately, been consistently in the 30s in a couple of his last games, then 38, 37.25 in the last 2 games. Probably, topped out around 30 minutes a night, but I think that's probably enough for him in this matchup. Cool, that's going to do it. Only took under 12 minutes to get it done, so that's nice. Yeah, hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Later.